Welcome back to game 2 of Brad's MetalZoo with the Blue Eyes mat versus Robert's DDD deck in the Star Wars mat. So Brad won game 1, and obviously now you can see Rob has opened up quite nicely with Necro and Swell, bringing out his Genghis. Brad doesn't have the Max C, otherwise we'd be seeing him dropping it at this point. The 1+ of Max C going to 1. He's gone for the Arc. Oh, interesting. What's he got in hand? He's got an Oblivion King. I suppose if you've done Genghis, he's not really got anything. So he's banishing the Swell for Genghis, Oblivion King, sorry. Set 1. Oh, Legacy of the Duelist. Hello. So, Legacy of the Duelist basically states that monsters cannot attack the turn they are special summoned from the extra deck. So when you declare an attack with a monster, you can negate the attack and pop 1 back row instead. During the draw phase, you can skip your draw and bring back a monster from grave to hand. It's a very, very nice card that came in from Duelist Saga. So it's a very, very interesting card. How much play it would actually see in the game is interesting. I suppose it's a 1 slowdown for Paleos. Because they can only set that 1 card, but then I would assume if they set that 1 card during your turn, they'll just activate if it's the one that pops back row. Anyway, so Brad opens up with Terratop, special to Terratop. I don't know what Rob's got set. What's Rob got set? Is it a strike? Is it a warning? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Witch. It's got any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's got no cards left in hand, so it can't be Witch. What you got? What you got? It's an Epidemic Eradicator Virus! Oh my god! What are you going to call, Rob? What are you going to call? He's called Spells. He's called Spells! Oh! Oh my god! He's called Spells! Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh dear, poor Rob. Poor Rob. It was worth a shot though, in case Brad was sitting on like a Regeki or anything. Just going to leave Eradicator there just so you can mark what they got. 2 standby phases. 2 or 3. Brad's going into Totem Bird. Or is he going into Invoker? He's going Invoker. So this is the only issue with Legacy of Duelist is when you have the ability to get into your Zodiacs and Rapiers and all that stuff, you just go into your draw and then even if your effects are negated for the turn, you wait till your opponent's turn and pop it. It does slow down Brad's back row because, I mean, well, he's got his Imperial Order, which is going to turn it off if he wanted to play that, but then all Rob has to do is declare an attack and then pop the Imperial Order. Which makes... oh, no, it doesn't, because the Legacy of Duelist would be negated. So, yeah, all Brad needs to do is set the Imperial Order. And, yeah, Legacy of Duelist is not as useful, unfortunately. It's a shame. Anyway, here's the Black Sheep combo again. It's like Deja Vu. Search the Black Sheep, dump the Black Sheep. Fusion Substitute, activate Fusion Substitute. Bow and Invoker into your Norden. Norden brings back the rat. Overlay, detach Norden. I'm getting ahead of myself here. There you go, there's bringing back the rat. Overlay those. Go into Diagusta Emerald. Detach the Norden. Norden's going to shuffle back in. What's he going for? Toggetonborg, Borbo, and Terratop. Leaving the rat there. Letting the rat settle. See, game 2 is not as shaky because I moved the camera away. I was too busy playing at that point. I should have moved the camera back. Pot of Desires. Is that? And what? What did I miss? Oh, because it was a spell. Yeah, sorry. Spell from Eradicator. And then Norden draws into one of his scales, I believe it was. Oh, Brad's 6th card was Maxi. Oh, that would have been 2 draws that Brad could have got away with. Legacy of Duelist certainly slows him down because, so from Brad's perspective, he can't, if he pops one of his MetalZoos, that counts as his one set. So now doing so, he can't set his Imperial Order. So he took the risk of setting the MetalZoo Fusion. So that's his cost per se. So Brad's one set is going to be his MetalZoo Fusion. Do into your packs while you wait, lads. It's fine. Spiral gear. I suppose Brad can't go as far as he did last time then. He's got his Imperial Order and thingy stacked. And then he can't attack with any of those monsters he's just brought onto the board as well because they've all come from the extra deck. But like I said, he's going to go into that Trident, pass turn to Rob. And then he's sitting on the Maxi. Rob's got a Necro Slime engrave he could use. So he's going to pop the Oblivion King. Hang on, what? What have I missed? Yeah, so Brad's taken the 2 set cards back because of Legacy of the Duelist, but obviously Legacy of the Duelist says from your hand. So setting your stuff, I think that's the misconception of not coming up against it. Is it actually says each player can only set 1 spell or trap card from their hand per turn. So yeah, Brad could have actually gone quite a lot further from that. There's his Trident, getting rid of Legacy of the Duelist. It's an interesting card because, I mean, if your deck doesn't rely on the extra deck, it's quite a nice card to have. If you can slow your opponent down by only allowing them to set 1 card per turn from their hand, you're doing okay. I suppose it stops like your opponent going duality and flooding the back row. The question is how effective is it? Regeki to the grave. I mean, what? I suppose it doesn't help Rob either because he's obviously he special summons quite a lot from the extra deck. How bad does it slow down? Let's look at Paleos, alright? Paleos are going to be our strongest deck. And Infernoids. Okay, if Noids go first, they haven't got to worry about it. But let's say Noids go second. They should be alright because, I mean, all they're going to do is go activate. They're either only going to need to set 1 if they've drawn into their Void Feast, or they're only going to activate 1. They activate Vanishment, I believe it is, to then search out their Void Feast, and then they're setting that. So that's that 1 set card. And then they don't really worry about the extra deck as much. So I suppose it's really mainly against Paleo, I think. Anyway, so Brad's popped his own Trident to get a set. He's got his Volflame on board as well. He's got a counter set and a counter in hand. There's his normal summon of Bababoon. Draws into a Gold Driver, and then he's got to put 1 back on top of his deck. I think at this point we were questioning like how it worked. How did Eradicator work? Like, so if Brad had drawn into a spell, would he then lose it to the grave and Bababoon's second effect to put to the top or bottom of the deck fizzle out? Or would the player still have to put a card back to the top of their deck? Because, or to the bottom of the deck? Because, I mean, if that case, that would be quite funny because it would mean Brad would then be -2 because he would draw 1, spell, send it to grave. And then the second effect of Bababoon to return 1 to the deck would then have to resolve. So, I mean, personally, I don't know. So if you guys do know, let us know in the comments below, because it's a very interesting kind of scenario. Or does Eradicator just not get... Does Eradicator not get the chance to intervene? Like, when does Eradicator's effect affect what you draw? I mean, because Bababoons is a two-part effect. You draw one, and then put one back to the top or bottom of your deck. So, does that all happen as one? Or does it draw, then Eradicator intervenes, and then you still have to put back? You know, interesting things that you don't think of when you have like an older generation card versus a new generation card. But that's just part of the game. That is how you play the game. Anyway, so Brad continues. Luckily, he didn't draw into a spell, so we didn't have to actually face that conundrum. Setting his full MetalZoo fusion. He still can pop the Bababoon to get 2 Bababoons out. The question is, what rank... I don't know what other rank 3 he plays. So... stealing or silvered? I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't see him. Can't see from here. There's going into his rank 3. What are you playing? Ah, he's playing Breaksword. You bastard. I wonder what he's going to pop. His combination, of course. Popping his Beowulf. Yeah. Nice. Fair play. Nice rank 3 toolbox with a couple of rank 4s in there, and then obviously your devastating fusions. Can Brad game? I think that's what he's trying to work out. He's trying to do the maths. Can he game? One from hand, one from field. I don't think he's pendulumed yet. There's your Mithrilium. Mithrilium's going to bounce the back row for clarity, and then obviously he gets to draw. He's still got that Maxi in hand. So there's the fusions going back. He wants to draw first before he does the Mithrilium. Rat. So he's got the full MetalZoo fusion set, the quick play. Mithrilium's bouncing 2 back to bounce the back row back to Rob's hand. Now's the chance to do something about it, Rob. And he's got... Oh no, he doesn't, sorry. He chooses to bounce the Gold Driver back. Is that Rob's hand then and not his set? So Breaksword in for 2k, Digusto in for 18, Mithrilium into 26. Over to Rob. What you got, Rob? Oh, he draws into the Ghost Ogre. Oh, it was his hand, sorry, it wasn't a set card. Draws into Ghost Ogre, that's got nothing for him. He's, yeah. Nothing you can do, Rob, mate. I mean, you set it to try and live another day, but you're not going to live another day. You're on 1600. Mithrilium's got 1 or 2 targets engraved. Sets his swell, passes over, and then you just, you know, it's kind of formality from here. Breaksword popping his face down and himself. Okay. Don't know why you'd do that, Rob. Does it fizzle out? I think he was just dumping it for the sake of dumping it. Well, I assume he fizzles out then. There's your full MetalZoo fusion. That's giving you an Ori Calc who's going to be doing double piercing damage to his swell slime, and that is game. Yeah, that's all he had to do. Rob had literally nothing on that, I'm afraid. Oh well, that is one of our 4 games, I believe, that I got at the weekend. I'm not too sure what else we've got. I think we've got... so Brad's MetalZoo deck comes up against Blue Eyes Chaos Max. And I have a couple of others. What else do we have? We also have Brad. Brad came in a lot of feature matches. Brad is against Invoked Fairies or Invoked Herald, which will be very interesting. So that'll be our next one up. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, until next time, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.